Hi everyone, it's Sophia with the LeClaire Community Library, and today we are going to be making a little toilet paper snowman with some earmuffs and a scarf. So what we're going to need to do this is obviously a toilet paper roll. I would take all the toilet paper off of yours before doing it, but it will be covered, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Some white paper here. Some more construction paper in whatever color you would like. I chose purple. And then some more for the scarf. A black marker for the eyes, and then you can get an orange marker to draw the nose, or you can just use construction paper as well, whatever's fine. And then for the actual earmuff part of the earmuffs, I use these little balls that have kind of some sparkles and stuff on it, but a lot of people don't have that. So if you need a substitution, you could easily just crinkle up some paper and put that on, and that would work just as well. To put this together, we're also going to need a stapler, some tape, some glue, and some scissors. So let's get started. What we're going to need to do first is to get our base layer, so our white. I have a little pre-cut out portion that fits the size of it, but to do your own, you can easily just take a sheet of white paper and roll it around so you know about how much that you're going to need for your tube, and then just roughly cut around it, and then you can just trim it down to whatever size you need to. So once we have the white paper that we're going to wrap, we're going to actually wrap it around the side. Try to be as tight as possible. And then we're going to take our stapler and do one staple at the top and one at the bottom. You don't really need to staple it, but I like it because it keeps it secure. And then if this is popping out at all, you can easily take a piece of tape and put it on there just to keep it flat, but mine isn't too bad, so I think I'm gonna skip that step. The next thing we're going to do is draw our face and our nose. So for me, for this guy, I just took a little piece of orange construction paper and cut out a little bit. So I don't have any more red or orange construction paper, so I'll just show you with red, and we'll make it a different snowman. So I'm just gonna cut out a little triangle. Doesn't have to be perfect, it can be honestly whatever size you'd like your snowman to be. I'm gonna trim it down a little bit. There. I have my little nose. The other thing you could do is easily take an orange marker or even a black marker and just draw a little triangle on there. But first you're gonna need to figure out where you want to put your eyes. I put mine kind of towards the middle, a little higher than the middle. So what I'm first going to do is on the side across from our staples, so this other side, I'm going to just do two kind of big dots. They don't have to be perfect circles, because if you think about it, the coal on snowman, or on a snowman's face, is not a perfect circle. It's usually kind of jagged. So that's what I have for my eyes now. Now I would see where you want your nose to be. Just to make sure that you won't go over top of that with the mouth. And then draw slightly smaller circles in a pattern going down and then up. So there we go. That is my snowman's face so far. Now we're going to take our nose, and on my other one, I just put a piece of tape over it, but if you don't want the shiny reflection, you can easily just take a little bit of glue and put a tiny dot. You definitely don't need a lot for this because of how small it is. and we'll just glue them on right there. Now you're gonna need to wait for that to dry for a while before you mess around with it, but it should be fine while we keep working. That's what we have so far. So, next we're going to create the earmuffs. Now, whatever color you decided to use, you're gonna try, or you can match the band to the earmuff part or not. It's really up to you. So I'm just gonna do purple again because that's the color I have and I kind of like my matching. So I'm gonna get out 2 purple earmuffs, and then I'm just going to cut a strip of paper. It can be whatever thickness you want, honestly. I'm just doing mine about this thick. Doesn't really need to be super big. And then you can see where you want to position it on your snowman. So depending on how high you want it to go above the head, you can put it wherever. So I think I'm going to have mine right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a piece of tape for each side. It's kind of stuck. There we go. So I'm gonna take a piece of tape and just tape this side down. You could glue it as well if you don't want the shiny reflection of the tape. But for my purposes, I don't really mind it, so that's what I'm going to do. Plus, you don't have to wait as long then if you just tape it. So, here we go. Now we have our headband all situated. Now we're going to take our earmuffs. Oh, mine's a little. Now we're going to take our earmuffs and we're going to glue them on. So this, I'm going to take my liquid glue and put just a dot at the base of the strap. There we go. Okay, we only need a little dot like that. Then we're gonna take our purple and just place it on. I wouldn't do any sudden movements or anything because obviously it's not stuck yet. So if you wanted, you could put it down for a little while, just upright and let it sit like that, and that would probably make it the most secure and keep it in the place you want. So, but because we're doing kind of a quick explanation, I'm gonna move on. So I'm just gonna let it sit and dry on the one side for now, because if I move on and I'm moving it around and everything, the earmuffs are definitely going to fall off. So I'm just gonna give it a minute to dry and we'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, so I'm back with one side done. Now I'm going to tape the other side so that we can move on and kind of get to the rest of the video, but you would do the same thing on this side and still glue it and wait for it to dry and things like that. But if you're like me and you're short on time, you can always put tape if it doesn't bother you. So now we have our earmuffs. I'm going to show you how to make a scarf. So I chose red, so I'm going to do that again. And what you're going to do is you're just going to cut along the long side of the paper all the way across, and it can be whatever thickness you want, and then you're going to wrap it around your snowman, and you're going to tie a little knot. So we have it like this, and now I'm just going to go under and through the loop with one of them, and then pull it tight. All right. So once we have it pulled through, you can cut your leftover pieces to whatever length you want. I kind of want them shorter, so I'm going to do there and there. Now, I don't want mine sticking up, so I would just fold it down like this. And if it doesn't stay, just easily take a little piece of tape and tape this middle section down. Or glue it if you don't want it showing. So this is what I have. And now I As an extra touch, I added a little bit of a fringe on the bottom, just like a scarf normally would. So I'm gonna do the same here. I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna do 4 little cuts. If it's too small, just do a little less, but. So I ended up doing 3 here. And now you're gonna take the little fringe pieces and fold each one in an opposite way. So do the first one up, second one down, third one up, fourth one down. And it should end up kind of like that. So I'm gonna do the same to the other side. All right guys, so this is our final snowman. Obviously you can change the colors of anything, you can change up his face, just try to really be creative, maybe add a hat, something like that. It's honestly up to you guys, so I really hope you guys have fun spicing up your snowmen and creating a fun little thing to put in your rooms for this coming holiday season. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.